My dear friends, from today's gospel, I wish to just focus on the chapter 11 of Matthew's gospel, verse 28, a passage we all know very well. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are overburdened, and I will give you rest." The theme, therefore, for this short reflection is come to me. Come to me. My dear friends, from the text, this invitation that Jesus throws to all of us is that which brings to mind those who labor and are overburdened. And the best image that helps us to appreciate all those who labor and are overburdened is the image of the slave. In the gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 17, reading from verse 7 to 9, Jesus tells us of the slave, that is that man who spends all the time plowing or tending the sheep in the field. When he comes home, does he get a rest? No. The master invites him to prepare for him a dinner. And when he has finished, does he rest? No. The master tells him, "Wait on me whilst I eat." And when all is done, not even a thank you. So the slave is that person without rest. The slave is that person who labors and gets overburdened. And yet, there is no reward. And that is how at times life can be to us. There are times that we can labor and labor and labor, and yet there is no reward for the works of our hands. There are times we feel so overburdened and overwhelmed. There are other moments we feel that life itself is too burdensome. So we are restless. It is in this context that Jesus invites us to come to him. So come to me, all you who labor and are overburdened, and I will give you rest. Is the invitation that Jesus throws to us. Some biblical examples may be helpful. Health-wise, in the area of your health, do you feel restless at times? Is it the case that you labor to get your health back, yet there seems to be no improvement? Is your health failing? The example of the woman with the flow of blood, as we read from the Gospel according to St. Luke chapter 8, verse 43, may be applicable here. So this is this woman who had to battle with a flow of blood, we are told, for 12 good years. Yet, there was no healing. So imagine how it is like for a woman to have this kind of sickness. The shame it brings, the discomfort and the pain. And yet it's not just for a year, it's not just for 5 years, but we are told for 12 good years. And we also told that she had to spend all her livelihood on doctors. So this is this person who labors, who is overburdened, who finds no rest because of a health condition. And she had to spend everything she had just to get her health back, yet to no avail. She was restless. Until that day, when she said to herself that I need to respond to that invitation of Jesus by going to touch the hem of his garment. And the story of her life got changed. My dear friends, I wish to declare that as you respond to the invitation of Jesus to become or to come to him, like this woman with the flow of blood, may you find rest. May that situation of sickness which has made you restless be no more. Spiritually, it is possible that you may be restless. The story of the prodigal son in the gospel according to St. Luke chapter 15 comes to mind. Where you feel so estranged from your loving Father because of sin. Sin has taken you far away from God. Sin has taken you far away from the church. Like the prodigal son did, we are told in the verse 18 that coming to his senses, he said to himself, I need to go back to my father. And when he made that journey back home, the father was already out waiting for his return. It's as if the father was out there saying, come home, my son. So my dear friends, that is the message spiritually for those who may feel estranged from God because of sin. Jesus says, come to me. Even as on your own you've labored and still found no rest, it is in Jesus that you have rest. You cannot cut away from God and find rest. It is not possible. It's only in Jesus that we find rest. Is it also the case that in your family life, you labor and you feel overburdened, and yet you find no rest? I remember the experience of Hannah in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 1. When she was married, yet without a child. When she was ridiculed by her rival, Peninnah. Even though the husband loved her, still it did not take away the pain and the frustration of childlessness. And my dear friends, that is what life can be at times. That even the love of our close ones cannot fill the void in our hearts. So like Hannah did, by going to the temple, by responding to the call of God to come to him, we too, in moments when we feel so empty, we feel that we've labored in search of a life partner, we've labored in search of a child, we've labored in search of a peaceful home, we've labored in search of happiness in our families, yet to no avail. Like Hannah, we go to God. And Jesus invites us to come, and we will find rest. Let me conclude with the sad story of this woman who met this fine gentleman in church. They both fell in love and married. On this fateful day, as she decided to tidy her room, the Bible of the husband fell down. And then the papers inside the Bible got scattered. As she put them together, came across this letter. She opened it, and to her shock, it was a letter from the blood bank informing him of his HIV status. The woman could not believe what she had read. The man had had this a year before their marriage, and yet hid it away from her. Wow. It was a shock. When the husband returned from work, she gathered the courage to ask him, "Is there any secret you've been hiding away from me?" To which he responded in the negative. After the third time, the same response. She confronted him with a letter. And a part of her was just telling her that the man should just say that this is not true. This is false. Because she was not ready for the truth. But my dear friends, the man admitted to the fact that yes, he contracted the HIV virus a year into their marriage. And the reason he did not disclose it was the fear of losing her. Wow. She was broken. She took the HIV test herself, and of course, came out positive. She was just praying that the earth should open and swallow her up. Thoughts of suicide began to hit her. She just wanted to end this life. But my dear friends, it took the soothing words of our blessed Lord. "Come to me, all you who labor and feel overburdened, and I will give you rest," to change the story of this woman. And today this woman is alive and gives glory to God for the inner peace, even though she still had to contend with the truth of her status. My dear friends, St. Augustine says our hearts are restless until they find rest in God. Anytime we feel that we labor and we feel that we are overburdened, we feel that life is restless, Jesus says, "Come, and I will give you rest." God bless you.